The TJ dog, or the Tijuana dog, is a staple of Southern California, primarily in San Diego and, well, of course, Tijuana. My very first memory of this was actually at Anime Expo while you have to wait in line like 7 hours just to get your badges. Please figure that out. And while you're in line, someone would walk by with these hot dogs that smelled like bacon and heaven. They would cook them on a sheet tray with some kind of butane burner underneath. But today we're going to make them at home and they go relatively quickly, so feel free to gorge yourself or not, because I don't know how I'm gonna fit this in my macros from MyFitnessPal. Now for a TJ dog, all you really need are the really cheap hot dog buns, a slice of bacon, and one all beef hot dog. For those of you who don't eat beef or pork or whatever the case is, you can use turkey bacon and maybe like a chicken sausage. That works out really well and is probably better on the stomach, you know, just saying. But in this case, we want a traditional TJ dog, so you are gonna need that all beef hot dog and that regular pork bacon, and then one onion. We don't actually need the whole onion for it. I'm just going to use just maybe even a quarter of this. And we do want to make sure that we julienne these nice and thin. Not thin enough to where they just kind of disintegrate and caramelize too quickly, because you want a bite. You have to remember, when you're eating a TJ dog, it's made on the street. So if they cook these too long, they're going to caramelize, and they also don't actually cook them all the way through, so you have a bit of that bite behind it. Now we just want a nice julienne with this. I mean, it's not even really a julienne. I'm just gonna slice these. Remember, this should go quick. This is a TJ dog. They make these in like 5 minutes on a sheet tray on the street with the Bunsen burner. This is as thick as we want our onions to be for our TJ dogs. Now once you have your onions cut, we're not going to use all these onions. This is a lot. When I get my hot dog on the street, I probably get that much onion with it. It's really not that much. So because we only use a half an onion, we're gonna put the rest away before I forget. Now that we have our onions cut up, the only other thing we need to do is wrap our hot dog with our bacon, and we're pretty much ready to go. I'll bring you guys over here for the close-up until I get a second camera, you know? I don't think I can explain this any easier than just showing you, take your bacon, place it at the very end so that way some of the hot dog is still poking out, not most of it, and then carefully wrap your bacon around your hot dog, making sure that you get a tight seal all the way through, slightly overlapping the bacon around itself. So this way it seals properly around that hot dog. And I don't know where I'm going with this, but yeah, just wrap the hot dog with the bacon and you're done. For the bun, I'm gonna try to slightly open it up without tearing it, but these buns are probably one of the cheapest buns I've ever purchased because you ain't paying too much for this. It's fine. And then we're also going to need mayonnaise and mustard. You gotta have yellow mustard. Since I went through a few sheet trays earlier this year making that cyberpunk burrito, I'm going to just use my cast iron for this, or feel free to use the electric skillet that we used in the past. You can make multiple hot dogs that way and it works out really well. I've had my skillet on for about 5 or 10 minutes on a very low heat, and we wanna just slightly start searing these hot dogs, just so that way, I mean, this is smoking hot, so I may actually turn this off because that bacon will cook faster than the hot dog gets hot on the inside. So keep that in mind when you're doing this. You don't want it too hot. Like, this is ripping hot right now, so I'm gonna turn it off, basically. The cast iron's been on for a while. But actually, we'll keep it on super low. We'll see what happens. I'm excited. Not for my stomach, though. Not for my stomach. Not excited for my stomach. And you wanna slowly render that hot dog. We see how it's not getting too much color yet. I'm gonna let that get some color, and we're gonna constantly rotate this to cook each and every side of that bacon until the bacon is crisp, the hot dog is warm, then we're gonna do the rest of it. It's gonna be so good. Now, once you have all of those sides beautifully cooked, place this on your plate, and then we're gonna take some of our onions and place this right into that grease and let it cook with everything. This is where a lot of that flavor comes through. Again, we're not cooking them too long to caramelize them or anything. They're already gonna have a little bite to them, but just to where they're tender, so when you bite into them, they're still not fully raw in the middle. Oh, it smells so good. It smells so good. This whole house is gonna smell. Now, once your onions are slightly softened, these are ready to go. Throw this onto our plate, get everything ready. And in the same pan, take this, toast it, give it some love. When I toast my hot dog buns, I like to make sure that I do toast both sides. You can see there's a little bit of color here. We need to get more color on this side, so I'm gonna let that go for just a little longer, and then we're gonna flip it and cook the back side, just a little, just a touch. Get it crispy on the outside too. Now, once you have some nice toastiness onto your bun, we're gonna remove that, and then we can just start assembling it, and we're gonna add just one other thing that I had laying around. The cool thing about a TJ dog is that it's really just about the hot dog wrapped in bacon, and then really the rest of it is totally up to you. But I will admit, my most fond memories of the TJ dog were in LA, waiting in line at Anime Expo, because it was like that lifeblood, just enough so you can further wait in line to get your day 0 badge before getting into the convention for the next day. These save your life. Now we just get to assemble this and enjoy. Now, I actually like to have my bun dry starting out initially, so this way a lot of that grease from the bacon and the hot dog go into the bun. And then of course, in true fashion, hold your hot dog in one hand, add your onions. Oh, it already looks crazy. It's so nice. This is so little. How do you eat only one of these? Then we're gonna go, and then your mayonnaise of choice. I'm using Cutie Pie mayo, but feel free to use whatever mayonnaise you want. And then of course, the yellow mustard, you gotta put the yellow mustard on there. I like to go just a line down the side, just like that. This is the basic TJ dog, but I had some tomato lying around that I diced up. So we're just gonna top this right onto the other side, just some fresh tomato, just to break up all of the fat, because it's really nothing but fat and carbs. And then of course, hot sauce of choice. I'm using Tapatio. Boom, TJ dog. So easy to make, so delicious, so not good for you. There it is, guys, the almighty TJ dog. Again, you can top this with whatever you want, whatever hot sauces you want, but make sure that hot dog is wrapped with bacon. I think the mayonnaise is pretty integral to this. I know a lot of people leave it out, but I think the mayonnaise is really also what makes this. And it's what makes it like 40 grams of fat for just one hot dog. So keep that in mind when you add it to MyFitnessPal. So cheers. Bacon wrapped hot dog. Do I need to explain anything else? It's tangy, it's fatty, it's meaty. The onions have some crunch. The tomatoes add a nice little freshness to it. The hot sauce is awesome. If you want a different hot sauce, use whatever you got. I'm gonna put this down so I don't, because I can't finish it. All of my fat for the day. But what you can finish is checking out at CHEFPK.com, where you can get some amazing merch to support the channel. My name is Chef PK. This is street food. Get subscribed. Remember, keep playing with your food. What am I gonna, I'm gonna eat it. I think I'm gonna eat it. I'm gonna go do sprints. We'll do sprints today. Do-do-do-do, do-do-do. I have no room on this countertop. Do-do-do-do, do-do-do.